To celebrate my first kind of serious video reaching 100,000 views, I'm going to post about another possibly controversial topic: no more photoshopping. That's right, let's stop photoshopping our images, but not in the way you might think. Hey, this is Scott, and first of all, no, I'm not saying what you think I'm saying, but before we get into that, if you're new to this channel, please check out my other videos. I have lots of bag and camera and lens reviews, so if you like that kind of thing, please subscribe and stick around to see more in the future. Okay, so what do I mean? In the past, I don't know how many years, the word Photoshop has really gained a negative connotation, and people assume when they hear the word Photoshop that it means some element of the image is fake. Maybe it's just me, but recently I've been seeing more and more articles about the pros and cons of Photoshops and whether it's ethically okay to use it or not. And reading through the comments, a lot of people are not actually talking about Photoshop when they say the word Photoshop. Processing raw files is not Photoshop. Adjusting things like exposure, white balance, shadows, highlights, contrast, saturation, and even some kind of creative color grading is not Photoshop. Retouching somebody's stray hairs or little pieces of lint on their clothing is not Photoshop. I would even go as far to say that retouching small blemishes like pimples, uneven skin textures, or wrinkles that are created by strong lighting or bloodshot eyes is not Photoshop. I've had experiences in the past where someone woke up on the day of a photo shoot with really red eyes and they can't cancel their dress and their hair and their makeup just because of that one thing. So is it wrong of me to reduce the redness in their eye? All I'm doing is making them look like what they look like on a normal day or on one of their best days. It's not changing who they are. It's just removing something that was unfortunately there at the wrong time. Even the liquify tool, which is probably the most infamous tool in Photoshop, has plenty of uses that are not altering who someone is. If you get a portrait of somebody that's really great with a killer expression, their shirt is a little bunched up on their shoulder, you can use the liquify tool to just flatten that out. That's not changing the body shape, that's just fixing a wardrobe issue that was only there momentarily on an image that is otherwise unaltered. Even if you do use the liquify tool to change someone's body shape, or you want to change their hair color, or do some kind of composite photography, or something else that's technically fake, if that's your style, and artistically that's what you want to do, then there's nothing wrong with it, in and of itself. It should be used in moderation, and it should never be passed off as real, but there's nothing wrong with it just as it is. So, my point is this. Let's not stop photoshopping our images. Let's just stop saying we photoshopped it when all we did was process a raw file or some very light retouching. Let's educate our clients and let's educate our family and friends and the general public about what Photoshop and Lightroom and Capture One really are. Let's teach them that we shoot in RAW because it takes advantage of the camera's full power, but that has to be processed because out of camera, it doesn't look like anything that they imagine a picture would look like. Teach them that DNG stands for digital negative, and the same way that if they went to a film photographer, they don't want just the negatives. Those negatives need to be developed in the same way that a raw file needs to be processed. And that doesn't equal Photoshop. The problem here isn't Photoshop, it's the public's knowledge of Photoshop. We need to take the negative connotation that has come to be associated with the word Photoshop and spin it around to educate people about what it really means. So let me know what you think in the comments down below and hit the thumbs up if you agree with me. Be sure to subscribe if you want to see more videos in the future. I do have more normal videos coming, reviews of bags, cameras, lenses, and stuff like that. So please stick around and I hope to see you again soon. As always, thanks for watching.